Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for the stay.
So, you just started using LinkedIn Premium. Now what? Well, on your premium company page, you noticed around 7.5 times more page engagement and 5 times more page views. Well done. And now, new clients are messaging you. All because you're using LinkedIn Premium, which helps you get the business growth you want. Think big, small business. Think big. Start your free trial at linkedin.com/premium small business. That's linkedin.com/premium small business.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to Coach Unplugged. And now, your host, Steve Collins.
Hey everybody, welcome to Coach Unplugged. We're so excited you decided to join us. Make sure you go over and leave those 5-star reviews. If you like this, go over and listen to our other podcasts like the 5-Minute Basketball Coaching Podcast or High School Hoops or Funnel Down Defense or Coaching Youth Hoops or whatever one of the 7 in our network that you would like to listen to. But before we jump in, I'd like to give a big shout out to our 2 sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish, the #1 shooting machine on the market. They are always, what I love about Dr. Dish is they're always innovating. They're always making that a little bit better. And that's why I think they're the best machine out there. Like I've said before, we own 3 of them, and I would not be talking about them every day if I did not believe in them. Mention Coach Unplugged, they'll give you $450 off, and they'll give you A1 customer service. And then also what helps keep the lights on, what helps keep everything moving is teachhoops.com. It's for coaches who want to get better. It is a one-stop shop by a basketball coach for a basketball coach. I'm always working with my team 365 days a year, working on making us better. And I want to do the same thing for you. I'm giving you resources, one-on-one calls, office hours, a roadmap per se that will help you become a better coach. And we offer a 14-day free trial because I believe you should come in and kick the tires around and see if it's right for you. If it's not, that's fine. But I guarantee that you're going to love it. All right, let's head off to the podcast.
Well, yeah, I was telling you, that was the point. It was like he's tasked me to bring something fresh.
That will work, man. That will work. I mean, what are you going to run offensively next year?
So we end up running a lot of like a 1-4 high and actions off that. We ran some kind of like 5-out motion, but we go 4 out. We do different things. We do a lot of picking and popping and stuff for my daughter to get off the ball, and
a lot of reads. We
changed it up a lot, and we didn't really have an offensive identity. I felt like with our AAU team, I started using some zoom action.
I like Zoom. Especially at the girls level.
Well, no one's looking for that. It seems to be like,
yeah, no one's looking at it.
And
Try to do something. I'm under the full theory of your league is a man league, then I'm a zone guy. If you're a zone league, I'm a man guy. I believe in I'm throwing something different at you to make you adjust to me. I'm gonna attack. If we're in war, I'm attacking you. I might die, but I'm gonna attack you.
You gotta do something different.
Yeah.
So do you do the funnel down?
40%, 50% of the time. Sometimes we'll play straight man. We always push baseline. Push baseline.
I agree with that too.
So it's basically a no middle kind of thing. The funnel basically works on non-reversals. And then I run it where I trap that short corner because they are screwed if they catch in that short corner. So we funnel them to the short corner The kicker is there's two things you got to work on. You got to work on the big comes over to double, and then you got to get the other guard to drop and protect the drop off. If you get those two moves down, again, it's harder. Girls have a harder time with skips. So I'm trying to push. If you do it, they won't be able to do it. The backboard's there. So that I'm using the backboard as a defender because boys can go poof all the way across. But if you do it in the girls and they get it behind the backboard, they are toast. And I can probably name on one hand the number of times I've seen someone get to that short corner and pass behind them.
All right.
Ever to the same corner. Never happens. They're always looking opposite. Yeah. So I wouldn't even worry about behind them because no one's ever made the pass. If somebody starts doing it, then I'll worry about it. But I've never seen anyone drive short corner, stop, get trapped, and then pass behind them. So you basically have taken 30% of the court away. I don't even have to worry about it. So
I'll buy the because I bought the 2-2-1. I bought the flex just for something different.
Yeah,
we haven't seen flex.
Flex is interesting. I won state titles running flex, but that was 15 years ago. The problem with it is ball reversal. I did it because I literally had like 5 studs, and I had to you have to run here and do this, otherwise it was going to be like
NBA Jam.
It was going to be worse than that. So I was trying to control them. Now it's like I don't have those, so now I got to let them have a little bit more freedom, just because we're not as predictable.
So we've got our high school team. I'm thinking more about because my AAU team, we do actually, we've got starters off every local team. We might not have the best player,
right,
off every team, but we've got good players off every team. So I think we can. I almost want to just plan and practice with my AAU team to get to season.
Yes, and then it's your laboratory.
Yeah.
Like it's like, does this work? That's where when I was coaching AAU, I was always using it. Like, because if you're ever on Twitter, hell, I could go on Twitter right now and see 3 out of bounds plays and 4 quick hitters that all look good. It's like, oh my God. It's like,
thank God for me.
It's too much. It's not you. So what happens is I'll see when I go, let me try that. And it's like, then I'll tweak it and I'll use it, and I can do it in the summer. The defense isn't as good, but I'll see what the movements look like at least. And that's where you could play with, some pressure, maybe work on a matchup, maybe work on, side out of bounds, whatever. Yes. Defensively. Yeah. I would work on definitely some things defensively as far as, we're going to push in baseline. We're not going to, no middle.
We even so this year, what I've decided is we're denying the hell out of the first pass. We're up the line, denying the hell out of it. Yeah. And my whole thought is, if you beat me, my help side's standing there.
Right. And first of all, you got to have someone that can cut back door.
Right.
So that's 30% of the people on the court at any given time. They can actually do the cut. Then you got to figure, it's the math teacher. Then you got another 10% of people that can make the pass. That's why Iowa's so fun to watch. Because first of all, she's an unbelievable passer.
Oh.
But no one understands that Kate Martin knows where to cut.
Kate Martin is the most underrated player.
I love her. Me
and my daughter, as you said, she scores 15. She's everywhere. She plays tough defense.
If they win a national championship, don't get me wrong, Caitlin's going to have a big part of it, but they're going to win it because of Kate. I'm telling you.
I do. I'm 100%. I'm a super fan.
She is a glue of that team. I'd take 5 of her. She is I'm a huge fan of her because she does she boxes out. She's boxing Angela. She does all the things that someone that doesn't know basketball doesn't see. She
boxed out so well. The ball was falling in front of her.
Yes.
She boxed Angel Reese out 3 feet and let the ball fall in front of her, then let go of the box out. And I was like, what did you do?
Yes. And don't get me wrong, Caitlin's the GOAT.
Yeah, right.
Anybody that can pass, lead the nation in assists and scoring, hats off. But if they're going to win a national title, it's going to be because of Martin.
I agree.
It's so good. She's so good.
I think she was the best all-around basketball.
That's what I'd have your daughter watching. I'd have your daughter watching her. Don't watch.
Yeah, that's right.
There's only one Pistol Pete. There's only one Caitlin. You ain't going to see another Caitlin for another 20 years.
I agree.
But you can be Martin. You can be the one that doesn't miss a layup.
I
You
like
can be
that.
the one that plays defense. You can be the one that hits an
Makes the
open
right cut.
three. Yeah, and she can shoot. She's a good player.
Yeah. She scores 15 a game or something. Like
Right. Right.
she's a great basketball player.
Yeah.
Her demeanor's perfect. Like she's just one of my favorite players. I was telling you, like we liked Haley Van Lith at Louisville. We liked her in high school. My daughter's 5'6", curvy like Haley.
Yeah.
So she was emulating a lot of her game. Then she got hurt this year. Then she was kind of a shooter. But Coach and I were saying, like, listen, we put you on the worst defender just so you, as you were hurt, just so you could still shoot.
Right.
And this year, as a senior, as a 4-year starter, as we need everything.
You need to do everything. Yeah.
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 So, Coach, I saw your podcast about the funnel down. I'll go through that. I could buy the packet if you think that makes it easier to.
Well, I'll give you all the drills, and everything is in that. Everything you would want is in that. That's how I pay my volunteer assistants. Otherwise, I just give it to you.
No, I get it. I get it. No,
But that's how I pay my volunteer assistants. But if you do that, if you go buy that, then tell Coach I'll sit. We'll get on another call and I can sit down because you're going to want to play with it a little bit. And there's some nuances to it.
Yeah, I want to make sure I have enough of an understanding because he's cool about, hey, run this part of practice. I'm doing something, whatever.
Right.
What do you got for me? Teach this. So my whole thing is as the head coach, as you know, that's the tough. That's the chess game. That's the in game. So that's always nuts. But as the assistant, I pride myself on bringing value, understanding time and possession.
Well, I don't even run our offense. I have an assistant coach who's older than me do the offense. I don't do that. Like I oversee it and I beat, but he runs it and they all know he runs it. And but I'm going to call the calls and I'm going to do what I need to do because that's what I do. But he's like the offensive coordinator of football. Yeah.
The best staff in football and basketball have it's too much for one coach. And I'm figuring this out in AAU. When we're getting the shit pressed out of us, what timeouts do I have? Who's in foul trouble? Who needs press?
I tell people I'm not a baseball coach.
Right.
I don't have 35 seconds between pitchers or 24 seconds between pitches to figure out what I want to do. Like I tell the boys, I said, you're going to make mistakes. I said, on any given offensive possession, everyone on the court is making 10 to 15 decisions. So I'm trying to watch all of that and make decisions. It's virtually impossible.
It's the toughest sport I've ever coached.
Oh, it is. It is. I mean, it slows down as you do it more. It does slow. It does do that. But it's still like it was harder. It was harder when my son played because it was like I was watching him. That was the hardest part. It's like
same thing. My daughter's like gimping around, shooting from the volleyball line, doing all these things, and I'm not watching what I'm supposed to because I'm watching her launch these.
And I'm like, oh, crap. I know.
And I'm screaming at her, "What are you shooting at?" And she makes it. I'm like, "Shut your mouth."
She looks back at you.
I got. I'm gonna look at the sideline press break Badger. I'm gonna probably keep our 14 since you kind of gave a nod to that. I'm gonna continue with the 1-3-1. Or I'm sorry, with the our 2-3 matchup and man, but I'm gonna look at this funnel down. So I think my homework is gonna be the funnel down.
Yes.
I'm gonna purchase it, get involved, and then I'll email you or whatever if I got any hard press questions I can't figure out. But I'm not afraid to pay for consult. I mean, I know you're making money on this, and I appreciate that. There's two ways in business. I'm a regional business director for an oncology company. I tell my team all the time, there's two ways to get information. Either grind and learn it on your own, or you pay someone else to give it to you. There's benefits in both of those. One's free, but the timetable is long. The other one gets you something right now, but you pay.
It's like starting a business. When I started Teach Hoops, it was like I didn't have money. I still haven't run ads because I don't really want to do. So there's other ways. I can do podcasts. I can do this. I can do this. So it's time or money, one or the other. I get it. That's the way it works. But
yes. So I told you that simply because I appreciate the value you bring. And I've got this year with my daughter. I've got next year. I think Coach wants to keep me on because I'm a strength coach also. And he's got teams coming on.
I'd love to talk to you about that.
That's my bread and butter. Like I've got kids, I've got D1 athletes. That's the stuff where I first brought value to the high school program. The old coach was like, "Hey, can you be part of my program? I want you to sit on my bench. I want you to strength conditioning, that whole thing." We did summer programs. Then coach moved you to a paid assistant spot. And he's like, "You learned so much about basketball. I need you doing it all." But yeah, so this summer I'll run the program, the strength conditioning program. And
how many times do you lift her in the week?
So we do
during the season.
My daughter was the only one lifting. She only lifted 1 day a week, but
I'm trying to get to 2. It's
two's
so
beautiful.
hard. It's so hard. God,
it's so hard. If you can get 1 just to retain muscle.
Yes. I got to do 1 this year.
Stimulating.
I'm telling you, I had the worst injuries. I was telling the other coach, I had the worst injuries ever. I started my top 5 1 game out of 26. That's how injured we were.
What was your record?
We were like 500. We were preseason top 10 in the state, but we just like one of my best players broke his hand dunking in a game, landed on it wrong. Another one got turf toe. Another one had stress fracture. Another one. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Another thing that we learned, is bone, is these stress fractures and stuff. And we've learned that, prepping the tendons before season, jumping, jump ropes, plyos, those kinds of stuff, so vitally important just because of the amount of volume you get on the tendon. And then tendons lead to fractures, and it's diet too. It's protein. These kids are eating like,
I know,
French fries and soda.
It's protein, and I think we were doing too much conditioning, and I think we have to do more plyo things. I think you're right.
So part of our conditioning is plyo based. We're isometric based, knee over the toe kind of stuff. For ACLs.
I agree.
So if you need any information or there's stuff I have up, I'll have you shoot you stuff or.
That'd be great.
That's been the biggest to make our kids more athletic. We've won that way when we haven't had as much athleticism. We won in the weight room. Just a little bit more twitchy, a little bit more explosive, a little more sturdy. So, but I think we're up against time here. I'm going to buy the funnel down.
Okay. And then let me know anytime. Let me know. I'm back now. I was out of the country before, so now I'm back. So
But flex, you don't think that's something I should hang my hat on in the way of?
I wouldn't run flex. Work on the defense, and I'll get you. I'll get you. I run a variation of the read and react. Read and react is way too complicated, and I'm a relatively bright person. Rick's like he's got 87 layers to the motion offense.
Yeah, we got through about 4, and we were like, well, that's plenty.
4 is too many in my opinion. You can't do it. So I've kind of simplified, but work on the defense first, then we can talk offense.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you for your time.
See ya. Bye. Hey, everybody. I hope you're enjoying this. If you are, maybe go over and check out Coach Collins' other podcasts, Teacher's Side Gig and High School Hoops. Subscribe, leave a 5-star review. Maybe. And then also you can go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. All right. Have a great day.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 300 programs at asuonline.asu.edu.